I think everything is check, right? Come on in. If you have Leo in your chart anywhere, there should be a message in this reading for you somewhere. Okay, come on in. Yeah, we're going to get right down into it. Spirit guides, universe, angels, ancestors, possible friends of Leo's who may have passed over, the higher galactic beings that might be overseeing this act of divination after all, and the ascended masters. Please come in and help guide and give us messages for people's best and highest good in a way that we can all understand. Please and thank you. Whew, okay, something about purity and ice. Is this like a cruel to be, you have to be cruel to be kind kind of thing? I'm kind of wondering. It came right to me. I'm not sure how or why or what. There's a horse on top of this card. There's a lady on the bottom. Seems very somber and at peace. Something about that. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders each and every time you feel fit. Just don't force it, right? Just kind of go with the flow, right? But there's like purity and ice. I'm feeling like maybe somebody felt like they had to be a little cold because they needed to heal, because that's what's giving me the healing vibe or the solitude vibe, maybe the reflection or something. Sorry, my fingers are dirty. I've been in and out already quite a few times outside. Something gives you the breath of life here. I like it. Or someone is the breath of life. This is in your present, Leo, right? My crazy cats out there. Somebody's the breath of life around you. The solidity and inner core. This is going to be crowning you for a few weeks here. Your peaceful inner core, or finding that peaceful inner core. I'm getting a serendipitous kind of feeling. Hi there. Hi, Blush. I think that's what I see. My eyes are really, really, really bad. I need a eye exam. Anywho, yeah, so the breath of life, and then we have a peaceful center. I like that. Okay, inner peace. Maybe we're searching for inner peace. That could be as well. Endurance and rock. This is the hope, fear, challenge, and homework column. The endurance growing out of a rock like a tree. Yeah, we'll try and see if this message has anything to do with that, and we'll get you some clarity, right? Somebody has diligence as well, I just heard. The endurance, the diligence, all of that, the resilience, that's all connected here somehow. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework, but I feel like it's really telling you to stay strong. This is representing somebody that's coming back from nothing or something like that. Show me what I need to see. Show me. Thank you. Yep, to make equal the equator. Okay. To be made equal. Something about that. The equator, equal, equality. I'm kind of getting a scales and a balancing vibe. Okay, we'll start with that. Something around the equator. Okey-dokey. All right, give us some more. Give us some more. What's the tea? Mechanical. Going through the routine, going through the motions, checked out. NPC, right? That's what I'm feeling. Purity and ice, I feel like somebody had to be cruel to be kind or something of the kind. They needed peace, they needed healing. Somebody's just going through the motions here. I don't, or maybe on the other hand, this mechanical vibe, is really ice cold or what. I'm not sure how you flip it and flop it. Complicated. Yeah. Breath of life. Lots of twists and turns. Naughty situation. Something is precarious. Hi, everybody. Hello. But yeah, the breath of life. Things are deep, right? Things are complicated. We need to remember to breathe. Maybe somebody out there, um, I was just watching this thing again. And I don't know, every so often I see something about people not breathing deep enough on a regular basis or something, that people are terrible breathers. Now I get it, because I'm quitting smoking, right? So I get that whole side of things, so whatever that is. But technically we need to breathe deeper. We need to hold, and the flow, right? The flow of things, something about that. All right, we're just gonna take that and start with it anyway. Whoops. All right, hold on. I have a card down. Vicious circle. Pattern of relationship issues, bad habits, no-win situations. Something keeps repeating itself. Something's not going away. Vicious circle. Let's see this card here. Yeah, I feel like some people aren't seeing really eye to eye or on something right here. We know they got their backs, something's going on here. It's complicated. Maybe, I feel like people aren't learning their lessons, possibly, or whatever, because things have continued. Maybe they're not sure what the lesson is. Well, what's the common denominator between all of the situations that you were in, or whatever that is? What's the common denominator? Was it security? Was it comedy? I mean, I don't know. It could be anything, Was it genuine? Was it too fast? Was it... I'm not sure, Deadly combo, dangerous when together, triggering and explosive. Somebody's triggered a lot here, I feel. First of all, that was pretty immediate when I picked this card up. But technically, this is a duo, right? This is somebody, they're not good together. These people trigger each other, maybe even, possibly. That's in your present. So, yeah. Mechanical checked out. This could be an ex, your ex, an ex situation ship, or what? Who knows? I'm feeling it though. Ending. You're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. Something about letting an ending go, right? Maybe. Something like that. This is in your present. The breath of life here, and complicated. All right. That's where we're going with that. Endings, mechanical. I feel like somebody isn't letting something go. Sneaky snake, going behind your back, deceitful swindler. Somebody is enduring a whole lot, and somebody is a sneaky snake. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Whoever this sneaky snake is, we need to shed that skin and let it go. I feel like it has to do with rebirth. This person could be a Scorpio. I don't know if they are or not. Doesn't really matter, but it just kind of, I feel like some of you are dealing with, or I wouldn't have said it, I guess. I don't know. Show me. Okay. I only wanted one, but I'll take it. Conquest, negativity. To be made equal, right? What's fair is fair. Making it equal, maybe. maybe leveling the balance, leveling those scales, wiping the slates clean, starting afresh, anew, something about that. Anywho, somebody's on a mission. Is this the real deal? Are their actions lining up with their words? Okay, that's why we need to make, what's fair is fair, because I don't feel like somebody is whatever they're saying, their actions are, or like I love you or whatever, and then their actions are so not, it's like that opposite there. It can be very depressive, you know. People could be having mood swings, or there could be something to do with mood swings with these triggers too, because mechanical, robot, deadly combo, all that stuff, I kind of feel is all kind of connected. It's very heavy, right? It's weighing heavy on someone. Maybe this person um, is making it heavy or something. I don't know. All right. Did I use these? No. Did I? Oh, I used this one twice. Ha! Okay. We're going to switch it up. What else? Somebody's bitter out there. They're very petty, you know? Deadly combo, bitter, petty, angry. Somebody had to be cruel to be kind. Somebody needed to heal. That's what I kind of feel so far out of a lot of these cards here, you know? But there's a lot of movement, you know? There's a lot of movement. I feel like we are definitely coming out, because where I live in the Northern Hemisphere, spring is a big thing around here. It's like we're coming out of hibernation. I kind of almost feel like the bears when they go in their caves, and all of a sudden it's like, whoo, I love this time of year. Now, back to the reading. Something about rumors, gossip, and being nosy, the breath of life. Somebody that has a lot of endurance. Okay, there could be a lot of chatter about somebody that basically came back from the dead or something. Somebody that's withstood a hell of a lot, right? They have a lot of endurance, a lot of resilience, a lot of, just and I feel like people are really talking about this, whatever that is. It's complicated, this ending. You're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. Somebody's not letting it go. They need to let it go. I don't know if that's you or them, but somebody has the breath of life, the vitality. I'm feeling life, right? Life, deadly combo. Does somebody come back from the dead? Does somebody have a near-death experience? I wonder. Longing, missing you, talk. Let's talk, reunion. Something about that in the present. Crowning you. Somebody with an inner peace, with the inner peace, on a mission or some kind of conquest about this vicious cycle, sneaky snake vibe. I don't know, something like that. Two more of these and we can move on. Yeah, getaway, vacay, relax, have fun, hope for your challenge and homework. Somebody needs a vacation. Somebody wants to go somewhere. That's cool. Sneaky snake, however. And then we have that rock and endurance. Look at growing out of a rock. Well, my fingers really are dirty. Oh well. Oh swell. Somebody look at how that tree. How in the fuck is that tree surviving? Right? And that could be some of the questions here. I'm feeling like that, kind of vibe. Do I need one more? I do. I need one more. I'm gonna take the first one on the table. Love affair, dirty little secret, sex fix, down low. If anything, I feel keeping something on the down low, but there could be a dirty little secret on the side. And maybe Maybe it's not what we think for dirty, you know? People's hands are dirty. There's a lot of shade, you know? People are being very negative, it's very depressing. Or somebody's being very depressive or something. We're going to switch it up and get into my tarot here in just a minute, but let me pull a couple of these. I almost forgot. Show me what I need to see, Spirit. So yeah, there's people that are angry, they're bitter, they're petty. Petty is petty, right? Petty's stupid. It's frivolous. It doesn't mean anything. So what is this? Games? This deadly combo, and they want to trigger somebody, or they're thinking of it, or it does trigger people. I don't know. Illusion or delusion. Somebody's in an illusion or delusion. It could be this mechanical bot. Possibly. Maybe they're creating an illusion or delusion. Creating something that's not the way it is. Whatever that means. Ruined reputation. Huh. Somebody's trying to ruin somebody's reputation through gossip and rumors. Or somebody had. It's over now. They need to get over it. Somebody's not. Somebody's bitter. They're hanging on to it. I feel it's salty. Like, you know, if you have an open wound and you put salt on it, it burns, it stings. It's like, you know. And I feel like it's like they really are, I don't know. Somebody's reputation was ruined because it is in the past tense. You know, that slandering and that word witchery and hazing and bullying kind of thing is wicked out there. Show me what I need to see. We can move on. Somebody has a beautiful soul, however, here. I love this inner core. I love that. That's just so beautiful. You know? Okay. No. Period. Okay. Whatever that means. That's crowning you. I don't know. Conquest, longing, vicious circle, ending. Something's a no. Just no. That's crowning you for a couple weeks. So remember that, I guess. Now I'm thinking no, period. The way it is, no. Right? There's no more to say. There's no explanation. It's just no. Whatever that is, I don't know. Familiar. Sneaky snake. You may have a pet, you know, or maybe something is just a little too familiar. Sneaky snake, endurance, vacay, getaway. Somebody wants to get away from this energy, but I have a feeling that this vacation is going towards it or something. Does that make sense? Something. One more and we can move on. Something is to be made equal. Something is about mutual respect. Leveling the scales. Doing what's right. Whoa, okay. Consequences, but I take the one on the bottom, right? Somebody's well versed. Yeah, they know what they're talking about. This could be you with them or both. It depends on all you You know, you place it. Somebody knows what they're talking about. So they're wise words, maybe. All right, I'm switching over to my tarot. I'm gonna use my Oz and Wonderland deck. I had to think for a minute. Knight of Swords, Illusion or Delusion, the Hermit. Yeah, I already see it. Nine of Cups. I like it. Knight of Swords here. First of all, we have this loaded gun, you know, triggering each other kind of vibe. Some, you know, this combo, this couple, maybe, or what? Like a loaded gun, you know, Knight of Swords. Very aggressive, coming in quick. Something's mechanical. This doesn't have to be aggressive. I feel like it was aggressive or could have been aggressive, okay? But technically, I feel like this is about the rush of it. Because I got this horse right here, right? Where things are moving. I got the breath of life, which makes me feel like things are moving, right? I just have these I don't know, I'm getting it. The Hermit is basically the dark night of the soul. This is basically the wise one, right? Lighting the way with the God, you know, they've healed, they've done the work. This person's reputation was ruined, right? It's complicated. Somebody came back from the dead, like, and there's all kinds of rumors here, and this person's trying to light the way, you know? People need to self-reflect, right? Whatever this aggression or aggressive kind of behavior was, you know, I feel is the reason for this Hermit. Somebody know, okay? No, just no. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, no. Somebody doesn't want it. Just no. But then here it says, missing you, let's talk, reunion. No. Somebody's on a mission. I don't know what that mission is, but you might already, you know. Excuse me. This is Six of Wands reversed. This is Page of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, this is not a winner type situation, although it might have been very combative, but it's a no-win situation. You know, it might have been the battles, it might have been the competition before, but that's stopped now, kind of thing. Things are all too familiar, or somebody's thinking of a familiar, maybe one of their pets. You can take it however it resonates, right? But the hope, fear, challenge, and homework is the sneaky. I feel like the sneaky snake, things are all too familiar. Wherever people are traveling towards, that sneaky snake on the other side, you're trying to get away from it, or you're trying to get away, have fun and relax, and you're going right towards that sneaky snake kind of energy is what I feel. All right, whatever that is. Page of Pentacles reversed, and then well-versed is right over that. Yeah, these are messages, these are things. This wasn't good. This wasn't good. Somebody didn't care about what they were doing or putting out, and they were all kinds of, you know, dark spells or hexes or whatever the hell people do, right? This is like a very studious, you know, page. He's cute. I actually love this Toto, right? It's adorable. Dun, da, 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 you know, all studious. What do you need? What do you want? What can I do for, you know, what can I learn? What can I don't know. It's just like, what opportunity? I love it, you know, but when it's reversed, you know, and then I have well-versed here. Yeah, this is a very dual kind of energy. It's a very opposite, very oil and water. I'm feeling more dirty, muddy water than anything, but, you know, somebody's a big fat liar here. They fell off their throne. Illusion or delusion is right over this, and I feel like that the lies and the shit that they were casting, the illusions that they were casting, you know, the aggressiveness against this person, the rumors, the gossip, the slander, the word witchery, you know, it's triggered somebody, you know, somebody feels like they might have an attachment, you know, they might be triggered and what, but somebody here might have an attachment. So, you know, I would look into it because, you know, that's kind of freaky stuff. You know, I do paranormal investigate sometimes on the side. And when I sometimes, you know, and you know, there's a thing when people get attachments, you know, it can be pretty freaky. So yeah, I would look into it. If you think they might, then I would look into it and look into getting rid of it. Quite honestly, you know. But yeah, anywho, somebody's a big fat liar. Party's over. The Mad Hatter's Tea Party, ruined reputation. Yeah, whatever was going round and round and round the table, it's over. The rumors, the gossip, sipping the tea. What's the tea? It's over. Ruined reputation. Yeah, they're ruining their own reputations, is what's happening here, or something. So I feel like somebody, yeah, and look, here's the death card. I was just going to say, it's so fucked up how that happens. I was just going to say, if this happens to be a near-death experience or coming back from something really tragic or what, I was feeling that again. And then look, the death card reverse came out, and that's dead center in the reading. I cannot believe how on cue spirit is with me, but somebody refuses to change. They refuse to let it go. They refuse, see, whatever illusion and delusion they were casting in the past, whatever that was, whatever they were trying to make something look like, the facade, the grand illusion of it all, right? They're staying in that. They're refusing the metamorphosis change. They're staying in that idea. And I almost feel like somebody could be stuck from moving on through this. That's deep. I don't know who that's for, but I did get that. You know, something about, you know, the card above this is no, period. Somebody will not let it go. And then the other one, it's no, that won't change. So it's like a mutual, I feel like it's a mutual no. For some of you, anyway. I don't know. It's wish fulfillment here. Right? No. No. Five of Swords down, yeah, with Knight of Swords. Yeah, they can't attack this person anymore. They were brutal in the past. You know? Look, Five of Swords. We got a lion and we got the unicorn. Okay? This is about brutality. It's about cruelty. Right? If they were casting illusions and delusions, and ruined reputation is here, the cruelty and the strife and the whatever bullshit. Nope, it's over. Rover, that was in the past. We can't do it anymore. There's no victory here. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Something is all too familiar now. Oh. What's familiar now? I just came through. Something's all too familiar now. What's too familiar now? Because somebody's traveling back from vacation? Going back to the familiar? I'm not sure how that's going to work for you. It's quite interesting. Interesting. Six of Swords. Well-versed. Somebody that's well-versed. They're getting out of the storms. It's about leaving the storms behind. See you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. Over these dirty little secrets. Mm-hmm. Right? something, it's about what's fair is fair, and there's secrets all over the place. That's what I feel. Negative kind of secrets. So something about leveling these scales, people aren't being truthful, or something, or what. But whatever that, I don't know what that is yet, but I don't know. They're not going to be happy for somebody that gets what's fair. I don't know. Whatever that is. Seven of Swords. Yeah, this was in the past. The illusion or delusion. They don't want people to see the lying, thieving, stealing, dark energies that went on in the past. They don't want them to see it. See, with the Six of Wands over here, they're trying to hide it or make excuses, maybe, possibly, or whatever that is, maybe hiding in their cave because now their reputation is possibly ruined or something from all these lies and facades. And something was not what it seemed, but the cruelty certainly was. Whatever that was. This mean-spirited, mean girl spirit is so old. The hazing crap that goes on is so old. The flying monkey gang stalking people is getting old, and things are starting to change. Laws are changing, things are changing. It's not happening. It's like the universe is kind of like balancing it all out on its own. You know, I feel like, God's in charge of this. He's the one doing it, or source, the divine, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. We all look up. That's how I look at it. We all look up. All right, give me a few more and we can move on here. My crazy cats. We got the Sun card, about as level as it gets. I'm going to leave it that way. I got 7 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 5, 6, 7 of Cups reversed. Oops, nope, I have 2 of Swords and then 7 of Cups reversed. Yeah, these illusions or delusions. Look, in this corner, we got illusion and delusion. And in this corner, we got, diagonal, if we were playing bingo. All that glitters isn't gold. Yeah, those dangling carrots being exposed, right? Negativity, all the yuck, all the muck. It's coming out. The man upstairs is making sure of it. Look, the sun. It's very level. Now, the sun is Trump in my readings, right? It is Trump anyway. It's growth, it's expansion, it's love, it's light, it's unity, it's creative, it's all of that, right? We know this. But here, I feel like it's just exposure. And some people are hiding. Ruin and reputation. They don't want this ending to happen. They want this continuous cycle to keep going, whatever that is. See, these energy vampires or psychic vampire, whatever the fucking weird energies that are going on in this planet, whatever they are, I feel whatever they are, it's just no. We'll just leave it at that, All right, 7 of Wands. Yeah, somebody's got the defenses up. This is a no. This is a boundary. People, that might have a lot to do with this wish fulfillment, no, get over it kind of vibe, because this one's a powerful card. Look at how big Alice's feet are compared to the little tiny soldiers down here. She could easily just... So somebody has the power here. Somebody has the advantage. It's wish fulfillment to make these boundaries. Something's a no for a good reason. You know, when somebody has to make boundaries and restrictions, there's a damn reason for it. Huh? Didn't I say something similar to that in my last reading, I think? Two of Wands, yeah. Making plans to go on vacation, hopefully, maybe. Hope challenge and homework. Excuse me. Very hiccupy. Yeah. Trying not to fight, not dealing with it, but something's all too familiar here. The sneaky snake vibe, yeah. Crossroads decision about this coming out. People see it, people know it. Somebody is very well versed in whatever this is, this secret, this dirty little secret. Somebody knows what the hell they're talking about. They've done their homework. Yeah, could be. Light is working for everybody. Yep, it is. It's slow coming in a lot of ways, and it's but the divine timing of everything is very important right now. I think most star seeds, light workers, chosen ones, whatever mission you may be on, laying low right now and being a hermit is probably the best thing, because what's going on, you want to stay out of that chaos and destruction in the world and kind of do what you need to do, kind of thing, right? Things are getting real down here on planet Earth. And if we don't take care of our own, which is us, your vessel, your avatar, Anywho, I'm moving on. I'm changing decks. This is my Green Witch Tarot deck. Show me what I need to see. Yeah, there is a new beginning here. A nice fiery, new, passionate one. Going forth, going forward. Somebody may be going forward after all. Somebody doesn't want to change, but I feel like there is a lot of change. So some people are accepting it and some people are not. Okay? Or something like that. All right, Page of Wands here, the Hermit. Yeah, this page, this child, somebody's child, right? I feel is the teacher now, after doing the soul searching, being the wise guide about this ruined reputation BS that's been going on for who knows how many moons. Something's coming out and something's a no. And I don't know what that no is, but I'm feeling that restricted boundary, you're not crossing it. Maybe it's the respect thing. You are not going to disrespect me anymore, kind of vibe. And I like it. I hope that's you, or whoever the weakest link is, because that's the empowerment we need. Anywho. Star reversed. Yeah, there's no hope here. 9 of Cups. Nobody wants this, but the unhealing kind of vibes is very apparent in here. But somebody missing you, let's talk, my ass. They might use that and say that and they miss you and want to talk, or is that the excuse just to get together and finish this off once and for all? I don't know. But whatever this is, somebody is healed, somebody's peaceful, somebody's loving, somebody's inner core is beautiful, and then there's no hope here, kind of thing. The lack of trust, the lack of just, I don't know what to say. I feel the lack. Being in lack-mindedness. I've been getting that a lot in different readings. That could be now. The Horned God reversed. Yeah, it's a power hungry, power control, micromanaging, kind of abusive, kind of boss or father figure or something. That was a big fat liar. They're in a big fat delusion themselves. I feel like I can't believe the Wheel of Fortune isn't here, because that's what I'm feeling. The mechanical round and round NPC, nobody home. Somebody has an attachment out there. I don't know who it is. I mean, I hope to God it's not all of you. And I doubt it is, but someone does. 7 of a themes again. Ding, 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 ding. These are okay. The party stopped about the lies, right? But this is upright. They're still lying. So there's lies upon lies upon lies now. Is that what I'm understanding? Yeah. It's very complicated. There is a lot of envy in this reading. The vicious cycle of bad decisions that keep going round and round and round. The vicious lies, the pathological liars. Ooh, okay. 10 of Wands right in the middle. I think I had these first. 9 of Wands reversed. 2 of a Thames. 3 of a Thames. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, 3, 3, 3. There's definitely 3 culprits, 3 birds of a feather, 3 whatever. But there's a grand poobah that, you know, like I was saying, this Emperor card that fell off his throne. Or he was never really emperor to begin with. Because it was all an illusion or a delusion. I don't know. You can figure that out. But whatever it is, I feel like it's excessive power or abuse of power or something. All right. All right. So, yeah, somebody's making plans here. 2 of Wands with the Death card reversed. This is dead center in the reading. Making plans to go towards something that has not changed. It's over, but it hasn't changed. It has not metamorphosized. It looks like there's really no hope in this situation, and something is a big fat no. Okay. Somebody wants to free themselves from the cruelty that happened a long time ago. Something's oh so familiar. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. This sneaky snake on vacation. Somebody has the endurance. Just incredible. Incredible. Whoever this person is with this breath of life, Ace of Wands kind of vibe. It's just, I'm feeling a lot of strength, a lot of vitality, like a lot of life in them. Like, I just can't get over that. But I really feel like somebody has had a near-death experience. Or something of the kind out there, you know? Anywho, there's plans to be made about this. Somebody wants to free themselves from the situation, but, you know, it's about truce of peace. It's about getting out of the storms and the hardships. And somebody is very well versed in this. However, it's right over it. These dirty little secrets, making things fair, and what's fair is fair. Okay, because the universe will always make sure it is, and the truth will always prevail. There's fairness right in that. And if they don't like it, then they're obviously not the truthful ones and has, you know, it sounds like a them problem or something. Very painful. There is 3 people here, three birds of a feather, whatever. They can't lie, steal, or cheat anymore, right? It's over. This delusion is out. People see clearly now. Somebody is very well versed. Okay. Yep. The collaboration of it all. Teamwork makes the dream work in this ruined reputation thing. These 3 could be highlighted with the Sun card here, right? These 3 reputations, maybe. These 3 original gang stalkers. These 3 witches. I'm not talking about the good kind. Yeah, there's a lot of work to be had. There's a lot of negative people around, a lot of NPCs, a lot of people that don't give a shit. And if they don't give a shit and they're in a bad way, then they shouldn't wonder why, you know, because taking responsibility and making things right is what this life is about. Get it together, people. All of a sudden, I'm just getting very perturbed, very annoyed kind of feeling. 8 of chalices. They're dealing with it hard, but it's about getting out of the storms. Somebody's powerful here. Somebody has the breath of life and they have some power in their breath. Maybe their words have power. Something like that. High Priest reversed, yeah. With the sun again. Wow. Ding, 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 ding. Somebody could be, fallen from grace. You know, an angel fallen from, it's just sad. This could be about divorce. Could be about, somebody's going to jail. The illusion's out. Somebody's going to jail. Where am I here? Right here. Yeah. Some people out there could be very against certain people's spiritualities, you know. And I had this guy, I was in Market Basket, okay? I went to Market Basket. This is a little while ago, not, a few months ago. And my friend and I are shopping. She's over there doing her thing. I'm over here doing mine. I happen to get finished first. So I check out and I go outside and I wait for her. And while I'm waiting for her, all the people coming in and out, right? So I'm just standing there kind of observing shit, and this little fucking shit person, you'll understand why I say this. I saw him from way over there, spotted me, just like, what are you looking at? But I spotted him coming and he had to walk all through the parking lot, whatever. He had me focused. He was dialed in. And I'm like, geez, what, trying to avoid him. What the fuck, what's going on? Who is this guy? Is he going to talk to me? Is he not? And sure enough, he comes right up to me and he wants to force this spiritual stuff, about Jesus and all of this stuff in my face. And I looked at him and I'm like, first of all, what gives you the impression that I don't have Jesus in my life? First of all. Second of all, your spiritual narcissist, attitude, why are you pushing what you think is right on me? Like, who are you? We got into it pretty hard in public, if you could imagine that. Oh yeah, it got pretty rough. I ended up telling him exactly how I felt, and everybody around me heard it. And I was about 2 seconds from dialing 911, because if I didn't, I was going to lose it. And that's what they want. So I had to make sure I didn't. Now, why he would push it on me for something like what? How do you know I'm not happy? How do you know? Actually, my soul, personally, I actually did tell him something of this kind. My soul is happy. I have healed. What makes you think I'm not? How do you? It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? I was just so appalled. Anywho, back to the reading. It's all about an apology, somebody coming forth. They want to talk. They want to get things off their chest, maybe, but that's what this is all about. Somebody is very well versed in this scenario here. We're going to switch it up. Whew, I need to take a breath here. I've been nonstop. I know, I get on a roll. Once spirit starts getting through me, it's like Arnica. It's It's about recovery. I had a feeling it was all about healing. Arnica is a very, very good medicinal plant. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders should you need to while I read this. Let me move this here. Okay. It's been a struggle to make a comeback, and you're still reeling from the blow you've received. You may be wondering when life will go back to normal. You are feeling bruised and hurt and are in desperate need of some urgent TLC. Convalescence is key. Give yourself time to mend. Lack of control over the symptoms that are plaguing you can be frustrating. So allow me to assist in gentle supporting of your recovery process. My rich source of Manning. What does that say? My rich source, of magnesium, okay, will facilitate your healing of any traumatic injuries, ranging from sprains to a bruised soul. Stop trying to go it alone, so rest in the comfort of knowing that I will nurse you effectively to the full recovery that you have been longing for. Yes, very nice. Somebody needs to, there might even be some sort of arnica tea or something, or some kind of, look, here's a gel here. Let's look on the card. There's all kinds of stuff here. Maybe you want to go to one of your herbalist or holistic. My eyes just stuck together with my eyelashes. It's weird. I was really winking at you. All right. So anyway, you might want to go down to one of your herbalist situations or holistic type shops for some arnica. Okay, we're going to switch it up, and I'm going to give you a Hidden Realms. This one does take reversals here. Show me what I need to see. The Dragon's Duel, and it's reversed. Okay, I'm going to show it to you upright. It's number 23 for those who care. Oh, it's ally and challenger. It's always upright. Nice. Okay. So it's about inner conflict, morality, and conscious choice. Okay. Don't forget to flip and flop should you need to. The Dragon's Duel takes place at the proverbial fork in the road. It's both ally and challenger all at once, as it represents the tension of opposites. Even though the truth is that we live in unity, we experience the duality of faith and doubt, love and fear, right and wrong, black and white, and so on. This aspect of your current experience asks you to accept that although you may be going one way, another may call you to change that direction. Now is the time to inquire whether it's your ego or your soul leading you. There are always choices in life. Decision making always solves inner conflict. If you're torn between two dragons, the one that you choose to feed will be the one that wins. Which is it? If it's not the one that serves the highest of your intentions, deliberately feed the other, and the duel will be won in your favor. I like that analogy. What fire are you going to feed? What dragon? That was a cool analogy. I'm going to give you a soul card here. I want you to use your intuition, as I always ask you to anyway. Hi, everybody. Popping in and out. First one on the table. I gotta see what I'm looking at here. Okay. This is nice. The artwork on these cards blows my mind. It really, your eyes have to figure out what you're looking at. And then, because I've seen, it's changing, but you can see it here. First of all, I feel like somebody is trying to make peace. It's about truce or peace, right? Um, I feel like somebody's higher consciousness really is speaking through. This could be like speaking the word of God or light or something, you know, a speaker, somebody in the community. Did I get that? Could be. Yeah, these cards are deep. That's why I have them. All right, so moving on. Grandma, what do you got for us here? I'm gonna use my grandma's deck, my grandma Josie. Messages, something about those messages. Uh-huh. Illusion or delusion would be over that. The messages that they gave were falsified information. Somebody falsified documents here. Ooh, I do have those other cards. Somebody signed somebody else's signature, a false signature or something. A loss. It's a bet they chose, or it was a game they lost. It was a bet they lost, or a gamble that they lost. Huh. Letter again, message, letter, illusion, yeah. Something about that. Maybe expect a letter. Desire. Somebody's missing somebody or longing for someone. This could be a female. And then we have love. It's all about love, man. That's what makes the world go round. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And these people are bitter and salty. Switching over, I'm going to give you a few of these. Yeah, 5 of spades, ace of hearts, 5 of hearts, 6 of diamonds. Excuse me. You have some fierce enemies around you. This sneaky snake, Leo, right? Somebody is not your friend. There is an acute illness of some sort. I don't know if this is, a mental illness or, but I'm feeling like hospice. I'm feeling like somebody may be on their deathbeds or what. This person was not your friend or whatever. Or maybe you're not their friend. There's something about it. That fox, sly as a fox. Yeah, there is a good omen. However, after a lot of secrets, a lot of cunning, deceiving energies, a lot of dirty little secrets, there's a good omen here out of that. There is shock from sudden news, bad news. The lion presages sudden shock from bad news. So maybe you're coming into somebody may be passing away soon, literally, that it happened. I'm sorry, my condolences if that's true. But maybe it is in another way. There's some sort of ending coming. When you have an ending, you automatically have a beginning. So I'm not sure. I just was told to say that. I don't know what that means, but okay. And then we have the all-seeing eye, 4 spades. Yeah. Use your instincts. Open that pineal gland, right? Use your instincts first and foremost. That's one thing we can count on every time. And in this world, that says a lot. Yeah, there's a lot here. Phew, is that a heavy reading? What are we on? About an hour. Yeah, I felt like it. All right. So keep on trucking. There, what are you gonna do here? Are you gonna feed the fire that burns you, or are you gonna feed a fire that's actually nurturing, comforting, healing, and like, what are we gonna do here? People need to make that decision. It's not maybe one you want to make, but there's decisions that need to be had, right? So be cool, Leo. Be kind, be patient, and just be a good human. Could be. Yeah, that's funny. You're picking yourself. Yeah. It is all about us right now. It really is. We are the change, but we have to do it. And that means you and me and you and you and you over there and you back there. you know. All right, you guys. So that's what I've got for you. There is some good things around you. Thank God. I like it. But in this situation, I would tread lightly. There are sneaky snakes and disloyal people all around you, backstabbers, cheaters, liars, thieves. Be vigilant. This is the time. There's a lot of unwell people in this world. So just be aware of your surroundings. Play it safe. Okay. So I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Ciao.